Hi friends, welcome back to the Self-Sufficient Homestead. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tanya Milan, and today I'm going to take you into my kitchen while I can some chicken on the bone. We'll be going through some principles of it, not into detail because I've got some videos already on my canning playlist on botulism, on elevation and more. So if you are a new canner or inexperienced canner, please go watch those videos. Those are very important to know so you can can safely. So to start off with, I'm just going to tell you what we have here and what we're going to use today. So first of all, chicken, which is broilers that we raised ourselves, antibiotic and hormone free. Jars. So I'm going to be using the 1 liter console jars with screw on lids. I've got a debubbler. I need something to pick up my lids from my hot water. Canning tongs, canning funnel. Then I'm going to add some paprika and salt. I need hot water, vinegar, a kitchen paper towel, and a bowl. So to start off with, I'm going to put this funnel here because I don't like to get my rims dirty. I want to keep them as clean as possible, even though we're going to wipe them. So I'm just going to place that there and I'm going to put some chicken in here. And I'm going to be using the debubbler to arrange them a bit. Let's see. We've maybe got space for this piece. Let's see. Yes. So I'm just pressing it a bit down so it's a tight fit in the bottle. I'm going to remove this one. See if I can replace it with this chicken wing. There we go. Our chicken is now tightly put into our jars. Now the next thing is we have to take note of our lids. You have to check what your manufacturer says about putting your lids in hot water or not. The console recommends that we put it in hot water for 1 minute. So that's what we'll do. While we're waiting for the lids, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt to each jar. I'm using Himalayan salt. And also just for a bit of flavor, this is smoked paprika. About half a teaspoon of smoked paprika in there. You always want to make sure your rims are very clean to ensure a proper seal. So even though nothing touched the rims, wipe your rims with some vinegar. There we go. And it has definitely been 1 minute. So we're going to take our lids out now. Now the reason why this manufacturer would want you to put this lid in hot water for 1 minute is because the seal that is here on the side that will go onto your rim heats up a bit and it will just help you to get a better seal on your bottle. And these lid lifters are amazing. You don't want to be putting your hands in this hot water and burn. If you close your bottles, you can place your lid and you just screw it closed, finger tight. Did you see that? Finger tight. You don't want it too tight, otherwise your lids will buckle. If you don't have it tight enough, your lids will not seal properly. So having it finger tight allows air to be pushed out in your canning process and it will form a vacuum inside and then it will seal properly. So finger tight, that's it. We are ready to go into the canner. Now you would have noticed that my beautiful 40-liter Basterfield canner is still ice cold. The reason that I have not switched on this canner is because I don't want to put a cold bottle of chicken in a hot canner. It will get thermal shock and it could burst. So you want to be putting a cold bottle in a cold canner. Now, in our canner, we need to add some water. So if you come closer, you can have a look. we've got this tray at the bottom that lifts it from the bottom of the pot, and the water is just above this tray. That is exactly how we want it. Now we will just arrange our bottles in here. And for today, we're only canning 2 jars of chicken because I just want this for a demonstration. Where I stay, we have hot water, which means there is a lot of lime scale and minerals in the water, which then results in milky looking bottles, powdery looking bottles, which I don't like. So all I do is I take a bit of vinegar, literally a tablespoon, maybe more, and put it inside my canner. And that will just help me to have nice, shiny, clean jars when I take them out. So we would want to close this. This is a Basterfield. You do get different sizes. This is a 40 litre. You get a 10 litre, a 20 litre, a 30 litre, a 40 litre, and a 50 litre. So for a normal household, I would recommend a 20 to 30 litre would be sufficient. If you're a serious canner, then we talk about 40 to 50 litres. Now the first thing I need to do is secure the lid. Now I've got these screws on the side. And you just need to get that there. Okay, I have not fastened any of them properly yet. This you do the same as you would do if you change a wheel on your car. You cannot, when you change a wheel, put the wheel on and just tighten one nut, then the next, then the next. Your wheel will be skew. So the same principle apply here. I turn a bit here, then here, then here, here, and so forth. And I just keep going little bit by little bit. This will ensure that the canner will close, or the lid will close equally. I keep tightening it till I feel it's secure. You don't have to tighten it till it cannot turn anymore. It must just be secure. I'll show you in a moment. Okay, can you see now the screws? It's not 100% tight, but it is tight enough. Before we start canning, I just want to tell you a bit more about the Basterfield canner. You get different types of canners, a weight gauge and a dial gauge. This is a dial gauge canner, and it's got a weight here. And here we've got a vent. And this is an emergency vent. You do not need to be scared if you want to pressure can foods. Some of the canners look intimidating. The whole process feels intimidating. But if you have familiarized yourself with the basic principles of pressure canning and you just use your pots correctly, there's so many safety features built into them that it's so safe. And because of that, I really enjoy using my Basterfield canner. This canner is still cold, as mentioned. But I want to bring something to your attention. This model is Basterfield's electric model. It's a separate pot with a separate stove plate, but the stove plate was custom made for this Basterfield canner. So I can use this on electricity, which is this stove plate, or I can use it on gas if I like, because it is loose. I can take it off. I enjoy using the electricity because I do have solar power, which for me is now free because I've already got it outside. So how will I know how long must I can the food in here and at what pressure? Well, first of all, I'm going to put a link to the USDA guide to pressure canning in the description. All the information is in there. If you are uncertain about elevation or altitude, I've got a video on that too. I'll put the link in the description too for you. So go watch that, because your altitude or elevation will determine at what pressure you will be canning your food. Now, according to the USDA guidelines, I need to can at 12 pounds of pressure at my elevation, and there's my elevation. So it translates to 83 kPa. So this is what I will be canning my chicken for the time. What is the time though? That's the other thing that you see in the USDA guide. It tells you exactly what food source and for what size jar, how long it should be. So for a pint jar or a 1 liter jar, which is what is in here, I should be canning my chicken on the bone for 75 minutes, also according to the USDA guide. So that's exactly what I will do. Let's turn on our canner. So initially, I just want my cold water to heat up like the first minute or two. I'm going to be putting it on 6. So it starts off just giving it a bit of a kickstart, getting that water lukewarm. And after 2 minutes, I will be turning it to 3 because you want your canner to heat up slow and steady. You do not want to give your bottles any thermal shock. Slow and steady is the pace you want. Now, your canner needs to have an open vent because what will happen is once this water heats up, the canner will fill up with steam. It will push out air, and then you need to vent your canner for 10 minutes. Put on your timer because believe me, you forget if it was 12 minutes after 8 or 14. So put on your timer the moment this starts venting. 10 minutes. Once it's finished venting, I will tell you what to do. So let's first get our canner heated up slow and steady and to our steaming stage, venting stage, and then we take it from there. So my canner is heated up and it started venting. You can't see it, but I'm going to show it to you with the help of a bottle. So this is a console jar, and just check if I hold it over the steam. Look at that. So it's definitely venting well. Now I set the timer for 10 minutes to vent, and then we start canning. 10 minutes have passed, and all I have to do now is take the vent and close it. So now that the vent is closed, pressure is going to build up inside the pressure canner, and I need to bring it up to at least 83 kPa as recommended by the USDA for my altitude. Now, I'm going to take it to 90 just to be safe because you do sometimes get some fluctuations if you regulate your pressure with your heat. So then I know I'm safe. That's one thing to remember. Your pressure can go over, but it's never allowed to go under your pressure that you have to be. If it goes under, you have to start your time again. So there it goes all the way. It's going to go up to 90 and it's going to stay there. The moment it's at 90, I'm going to start the clock for 75 minutes, which is once again the recommendation for a pint jar of chicken on the bone within your pressure canner. So it will be 75 minutes. Why that time, you might ask? Well, if you don't know anything about botulism, I've got a really good video explaining that to you, because if you don't do it according to guidelines, you are not canning your food safely, and then the food's no good. It can harm your family. So go check out that video on my channel so you can learn more about it. We've reached 90 kPa. So now my clock starts for 75 minutes. And I will be watching. Don't move away from your canner while you're canning. Stay close by. Keep checking it. I will be regulating it with heat. And I know what the sweet spot is for my canner and where I have to put it. And you'll get to know yours too. So I'll see you in 75 minutes. It has been 75 minutes and my canner has stayed on its 90 kPa. So now I can finally put it off. The important thing to know now is to not touch your canner. Do not try and open the valve. Do not try and touch the weight. Just leave it so it depressurizes on its own. If you touch that and there's like a quick release of steam, lots of pressure coming out, then you could cause a lot of problems for yourself in your canner. There's going to be siphoning. Siphoning is when the liquid bubbles out of your jars, and there won't be correct seals. They will be damaged, so don't do it. Don't be in a hurry. Just leave it. I often, if it's late at night, like it is now, I would just leave it to cool down and depressurize by itself, and I would come back the next morning and sort it out from there. So, but tonight, I'm leaving it and going to show you just now what it looks like when I open it up, and you can see the chicken that's already been canned. So this is our chicken, guys. Note that we've got such a lot of liquid in there, despite the fact that we dry canned this. This also happens if you can red meat. The liquid from the meat itself comes out into your bottle. It's still bubbling. It's still going to be bubbling for a few hours and it will stop. Now, what we are waiting for now is that beautiful sound, that pop or ping sound that tells you that your lid has sealed. So the key here is just to leave it just like this. Do not touch it. Leave it till it's cooled down. Well, first it's going to ping and then it's going to cool down. And then I'll show you what to do after that. Right, guys, the chicken is cooled down. I've left one jar on the board. You'll see that it has sealed. It did its ping hours earlier and it's sealed. No movement on the lid. So the next step would be always take your ring off. You do not want to store your jars in your pantry with your ring, because then you could have a false seal and you wouldn't know. You want to take it off because you want to be able to take your bottle like this and pick it up by this lid. So this is like the best test to see if your jar has sealed. There's one step left to do with this. You're going to take some lukewarm soapy water, just rinse it off, dry it off, and then you put it in your pantry. Friends, if you have enjoyed this video or found it of value, please like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to support my content, buy me a coffee and check out all those links that I've put there for you, where to find your canner, where to find the USDA manual, and the other videos. So guys, thank you for joining me in my kitchen, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye.